While they remain standing, we have been told that the third stanza of the national anthem shall be our prayer. And so you please repeat after me. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Amen. Please, you may now have your seat. Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented here by the Director General of the National Sports Commission, the Honorable Bukola Lagade, the President of the National Olympic Committee, ably represented here by the first Vice Chairman, Chief Solomon Oba, and all other presidents of the federations here present, the Chairman, Managing Director, Executive Directors, and Governing Boards, Management and Staff of our sponsors, the NDDC, all the top government functionaries, the good people of Edo State, the good people of Niger, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today is the closing ceremony of the second Niger Delta Games, sponsored by the NDDC, hosted here in the ancient city of Benin City, the capital of Edo State. Talents have been discovered, and future Olympians have been found. Many thanks to Dunamis Icon Limited, owners of the Niger Delta Games franchise, and sponsored by the NDDC. To God be the glory. Good. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me hand over to the Guinness record holder, George Essien, popularly known as Mighty George, the man who has the Guinness record for the longest radio talk show, himself and Akin Afolari, to anchor the race. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, athletes, technical officials, coaches, everybody here, people of Edo State, it's time to introduce the athletes for the 4x100 meters women's final. Let's welcome Team Cross River. Team Cross River has Edem Umor, Alex Effiong, Godwin Angel, and Basi Asuba. Please put your hands together for them. Let's welcome Team Rivers. Team Cross River in lane 1, Team Rivers in lane 2. Featuring I.E. Seki, Helen Nicholas, Destiny James, and Albert Pan Niger. In lane 3, Team Bayelsa. Ezechuku Faith, Siga Perezide, Christopher Eyi Baby Bore, and Allison Gifts. And in lane 4, Team Edo. Team Edo, Ofura John Pool, Tejiri Ugo Praise, Victory Imoiseme Azubadi and Becky Ebiade. In lane 5, Team Delta. Chinoso Odika, Peter Etiro, Iyamu Vivian, Faith Chukuma. Lane 6 has Team Ondo. Jesu Lolami Adelanke, Ajayi Fumilayo, Basi Ukiamfon, and Aziz Zainab. Ladies and gentlemen, Lane 7, Team Abia. Mesoma Eleke, Divine Sunday, Success Okoro, and Blessing Egbo. And last but not least, in lane 8 is Team Akwa Ibom. Deborah Egong, Iridium Joseph, Sussex Ian, and Etieno Elanson. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your teams and athletes that will be running for gold, silver, or bronze in a 4x100 meters women's final. Each lap is 100 meters, and 4 of them representing their respective states would attempt to get to the podium. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this race. Over now to the starters and the technical officials. Thank you. Please fix your eyes on the tartan tracks. Thank you.
And a fair door. Right. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think the women deserve a round of applause. Congratulations to the race. What a race indeed.
400-meter relay women. You enjoy that? Watch out for the men. Almost immediately. Very short. The men. George, let's go for the men. George, let's go for the men. Thank you.
What a massive race we have seen. Please put your hands together for the ladies competing for the ultimate prize in the 4x100 meters women. Will await the technical officials for the official results. So hold on, just in case there was any infringement. You know how technical relays are. You must pass the baton well. You must obey all the rules and regulations. So while we await those results, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on the men. The 4x100 meters men's final is one of the events that is gracing this closing ceremony of the Niger Delta Games Edo 2026. And if the athletes are ready, and our officials are ready, and the VIPs are ready, let us start from lane 8. In lane 8, Edo. Team Edo in lane 8. Come on, put it up for Edo. Osiada Ogene Kingston, Michael Oshorako, Paul Onagba, and of course, Godswill Chinedu Ikechukwu. In lane 7, Team Abia, Emmanuel Ihe Kaye Bayama, Chukwemeka Ndukwe, Eze Onyema, and Nwachukwu Onyedikaji. In lane 6, Team Cross River, Etienne Francis, Alexander Kingsley, Matthias Iwara, and Fogo John. Ladies and gentlemen, in lane 5 is Team Delta. Team Delta has Chibweze Osama, Peter Honoriode, Saturday Godswill, and Gowon Gifts. Lane 4, Team Rivers, Marcos Victor, Chidebere Chigos here, Nime Gilpin, and William Sunday. Lane 3, Akwa Ibom, awaiting a body face, Mfaniso Item, Gift Bright, and Faith Mbodidem Bright. In lane 2, Team Imo, Emele David, Okpara Franklin, Ayo Praise, and DK Chichinchu. And last but not least, in lane 1, Team Bayosa, Fire Perfect, Ikadoi Ibikemo, Efejeku Aison, and Techiri Godwin. Ladies and gentlemen, Edo State, Niger Delta, Nigeria. These are your teams and athletes for the 4x100 meters men's final right here in today's final day of Edo 2026 Niger Delta Games. Please fix your eyes on the tracks and let's get ready to rumble.
Each athlete the team must maintain their lanes, and the betting must be exchanged within the takeover zones. The first leg is called the lead-off leg, and the last leg is known as the anchor legs. Each athlete runs 100 meters before passing over the baton. Hence, it is known as 4 by 100 meter relays. Over to the starter. Thank you. The start of this event from 100 meter relay men final. Each athlete 100 meter before handing over. Bayelsa in lane 1, Imo in lane 2, Akwa Ibom in 3, Rivers in 4, Delta in 5, Cross River in 6, Abia in 7, the hosted Edo in lane 8. Who win the medals now? 3 medals on offer for the 18th running the final for 100 meter relay men final. Remember, there were 9 teams that competed, 8 qualified. There are 9 teams competing in this game. Gold, or are the Delta to the lead, absolutely, who get the official confirmation right now. Delta in the lead, absolutely. Across the coming in, what they will give you official information.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a race. If the women made you stand up on your feet, I wonder what the men's race has made you do right now. I see in the VIP box some people running in there. All right, as usual, we see that Delta States crossed the line first, but as usual, we will wait for the official results. But people in Delta can start the celebrations because I'm not sure it's going to change. Are the athletes for the 4 by 400 meters women ready? Let's do this back to back. Ladies and gentlemen, we promised you a show. Dunamis Icon promised you a show. The athletes also are doing the same as well. Just before you settle down, we have another race for you. This one is going to be highly entertaining. Let's welcome in lane 8. All right, we start from lane 1. From lane 1, ladies and gentlemen, from River State, let's welcome Team Rivers. Madwenyi Princess, Iwalaya Ihoma, Albert Panija, and Ayi Sekibo. Put your hands together for Team Rivers. In lane 2, Team Abia, Success Azuma, Precious Ojoyefe, Success Kalu, and Comfort Kalu. 2 successes there. Let's see how they finish successfully. In lane 3, Team Ondo, Salami Onozare, Bamitele Olua Bomile, Iyano Olua Aderemi, and Omokuajo Aola. In lane 4, they crossed many rivers to get here. Please welcome Team Cross Rivers. Alice Effiong, Isogon Faith, Francis Okonawan, and Solomon Mata. In lane 5, Team Delta, Innocent Mary, Siviana Osai, Okereke Treasure, and Honor J. Rejoice. Lane 6, Team Akwaibo, Abasiubong Ukbono, Orod Udo, Emerion Sunday, and Jacinta Andrew. In lane 7, Team Imo, Emmanuel Kelechi, Ifechuku Esther, Ogoke Juan, and Ajuku Prudential. And last but not the least, well, we are hearing that only 7 teams entered for this race. And so the state of Edo did not enter for this. So 7 lanes will be filled. So fix your eyes on these ones. Rivers, Abia, Ondo, Cross River, Delta, Akwa Ibom, and Imo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Over now to the starters.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Before the 4x400 meter relay women final, here's the official result of the 4x100 meter relay women final. First, Delta State, the winning time 46.20 seconds. Second, Bayelsa State, 46.70 seconds. Third, Edo State, 46.77 seconds. Fourth, Akwa Ibom State, 47.81 seconds. Fifth, Ondo State, 48.88 seconds. Sixth, Abia State, 49.747 seconds. And seventh, Cross River State, 52.86 seconds. In that race, River State was disqualified for exchanging the betting outside the box in accordance with the rules. I talk about the track for 4x400 meter relay women final. On your mark.
stand up, stand up.
Who was the one posted earlier?
Third leg now. The This is almost unassailable. Leadership was almost unassailable now. Leadership has been established. Let us find out the sustain it to the end. 4x400 meter women relay final. The last event for women this game. This is the last event for the women in this championship. The last one.
The third legs be run by Eminem Sonny Akwabam, Okereke Treasure of Delta. Iyano Lua Aderemi of Ondo State. But it's Akwabam that keeps setting the pace. And Delta trying to play the catch-up right now. Team Akwabam. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the final lap. Jacinta Andrew has the final lap, and she's not slowing down. Look at the pace that she takes, and she's holding chase right now. But Anoche Rejoice is trying to rejoice in her strength right now, but it's not yet time. She needs to beat, she needs to overtake Jacinta Andrew. In the meantime,
the rest is still winnable. The rest is still winnable. I know those two. I can tell you from experience, but in the finish line, you can never push your head. You can never push your head. The anchor leg now. The anchor leg. Watch out, the anchor leg. The anchor leg. This is
Akwabam were leading for most part of that race, but then came Team Delta to sneak that one away. Anoche Rejoice running the final lap, and we can comfortably say that Team Delta have nicked this one. But as usual, we have to wait for official confirmation. All right, so now we have the 4x100, 400 meters women's final done and dusted. Earlier on, we gave you the results of the 4x100 meters. Once again, congratulations to Delta. Delta winning the women's final with a quartet of Chinosio Dika, Peter Ichiro, Iyamo Vivian, and Faith Chukuma. 4x400 meters men, are you ready? Well, we need to give a shout out also to Team Bayelsa for clinching second in the 4x100 meters women as well. And Team Edo clinched third. For information purposes, the 4th to the 7th are Akwabam, Ondo, Abia, and Cross Rivers. We're just done with the 4x400 meters women's final, where it looks very evidently clear that Team Delta have crossed the line first. But as usual, for those in Team Rivers who didn't know as well, we told you that the baton exchange for Rivers State was faulty. So Team Rivers was disqualified from the 4x100 meters women's final. So it is not yet Uhuru. We need to find out if they obeyed and stuck to all the rules and regulations. We recognize our distinguished guests while we're waiting for the 4x100 meters, 400 meters men to get ready. I saw a short while ago Olumide Oyedeji, a former captain of the D Tigers of Nigeria. You can take a bow, the cameras are looking. Thank you very much for being here with us. Olumide Oyedeji, I just feel sometimes I can still grow as tall as you, but it's too late. You have already passed us in that height matter. Maybe Said Jacko Ipogo can measure up to that because he's also a tall man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the last race of the night. The last race for tonight in this closing ceremony. It's never been done before where we have major races take place on the night of the closing ceremony. I remember in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, we had an afternoon finale, and of course it was all just decorating Bayelsa State. Today, it looks like we already know the eventual winners of tonight.
Results?
All right, let's go. And so, the 4x400 meters men's final. Let's welcome, in lane 1, Team Abia, Brightifying, Chidera Uichi, Chidote Uwugara, and John Ordina Kachi. Please put your hands together for them. This race promises to be exciting. Team Delta is in lane 2. Egbon Kingsley, Daniel Abednego, Daniel Ofe, and Kennedy Erierove. Lane 3, Team Ondo, Adeyemi Samuel, Owolami Timilei, Egbonu Pere, and Richard Adeyeye. Lane 4, Team Bayelsa, Fire Perfect, Messiah, Mekiniso, Efejuku Ason, and John Poole Goodluck. Lane 5, Team Rivers, Daniel Caleb, Solomon Josiah, Williams Biabu, and Marcus Victor. In lane 6, Team Edo, Destiny Etiaboya, Solomon Ekundaye Elogoza, Osiawe Salami Ahunsimere, and Mumuni Sani Muhammad. In lane 7, Team Akwa Ibom, Mfoniso Basi, Edidion Udotong, David Udo, and Faith Winnetien. And last but not the least, in lane 8, Team Imo, Chigozie Josephat, Aguinan Victor, Emmanuel Kelechi, and Daniel John. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 8 states, and of course, the athletes that will be representing their states in the final race for tonight. Sit back, relax, cheer the team, represent your states, and let's make sure we have some fun tonight. Thank you very much. Over now to the starters. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the beginning of the race, here's the official result of the 4x100 meter relay men final. First, Delta State, the winning time 40.55 seconds. Second, Bayelsa State, 41.12 seconds. Third, River State, 41.26 seconds. Fourth, Akwa Ibom, 41.46 seconds. Fifth, Cross River State, 41.75 seconds. Sixth, Edo State, 41.85 seconds. And seventh, Abia, 42.98 seconds. And eighth, Imo State, 48.35 seconds. Once again, Delta again won the 4x100 meter men relay with 40.55 seconds. Over to the starter for the last event this evening for the men, and this game 4x400 meter relay men final. In the 4x4, the leader leg, the first leg, maintained their leg throughout until the end of the betting. The second leg maintained to the end of the first bet before cutting to the inner lane. Subsequently, there are no maintenance of lane thereafter. Thank you. Over to the starter now. Thank you.
The starters are getting the athletes ready.
Obviously, this is going to be a very powerful race. Some familiar names here that have competed in other events in this games as well are culminating now. And as always, it's 400 meters per athlete, so it means a lot. So you have the 400 meters runners. Over now to the starters.
Four by 400 meter relay, man. The last event for this evening in progress. 7 of them, 8 of them. Abia is lane 1, Delta is lane 2, Ondo is 3, Bayelsa is lane 4, Rivers is 5, and then the whole state is lane 6. Akwa Ibom is 7, Imo is lane 8. For the leaders like the first leg, they must maintain their lane throughout the journey before handing over the victory. The second leg will take over and maintain to the end of the first leg before cutting to the inner lane. Leaders leg, first leg, Edo, Delta. Remember, Delta, Edo, Rivers. Leading now. Akwa Ibom in the lead. At this time, it is difficult to predict. Let's watch out now. First takeover, second leg now. The second leg must maintain till after 100 meters before cutting to the inner lane. First, second leg must maintain before cutting to the inner lane. From this stage, strategy will begin to be implemented. Each team has a game plan. Watch out now. And the second leg coming now. Thank you. After this, at this time you don't maintain less again. Everybody run in lane 1. Everybody run in lane 1 now. Let's see as they go now. The third leg is standing by to take over the battle. If we are not 400 meters before handing over. Move. Delta. Delta. This Edo, Akwa Ibom, Delta in that order for now. Edo, Akwa Ibom, Delta in that order. Akwa Ibom, Edo in the lead. Delta, Akwa Ibom chasing. Delta following. It is still winning for any of the three. Any of the three can still win this race. Any of these three can still win the race. Right. Let's watch out now. Third leg. We see have one more leg. The other leg are standing by. The other leg are standing by. The third leg for Edo is third leg is Otewe.
What an outstanding performance here. We announce the official result very shortly.
Of the races, and as you heard, The official results will be out soon. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege at this point in time to welcome the chairman of the main organizing committee, Alabo Bomai, for his welcome address. He is the Executive Director of Finance and Admin, NDDC. Let's put our hands together for Alabo Yai.
Wow! This is awesome. Very exciting. I wish this will not end. But as the saying goes, everything that has a beginning must have an end. Your Excellencies, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, ably represented by the DG of the National Sports Commission, my friend, Honorable Bukola Olapade, the Executive Governor of Edo State, our host, ably represented by the amiable, dynamic Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, the representative of the President of Nigerian Olympic Committee, our elder brother Ogbe, the chairman of my commission, Barrister Chedu Ebie, chairman of the governing board of NDDC, the managing director of NDDC here present, Dr. Samuel Obuku, executive directors and members of board here present, staff and management of NDDC here present, sportsmen and women, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the persons we have come to celebrate today, our great athletes of Niger Delta. Great athletes! I'm sure they're excited. They're still enjoying the euphoria of the championship. It is with great delight and mixed feelings that I address this distinguished audience tonight. As chairman of the main organizing committee, I stand before you filled with pride and gratitude. Over the past week, we have witnessed not only extraordinary athletic excellence, but also true spirit of unity, friendship, and fair play that defines the objectives of the games. On behalf of the main organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt thanks to the athletes who gave us moments of inspiration, to the organizers, Dunamis Icon, whose dedication made every event possible, and to our sponsors, Niger Delta Development Commission, and their partners, including the international oil companies for their support and contributions towards the successful games. To the governor and government and people of Edo State, these games would not have been a success without you. Sports remains a powerful force for peace and unity within our region. Records were broken, barriers were overcome, and new friendships emerged that will last for weeks, months, and decades, and sometimes forever. But above all of this, values of excellence, respect, and friendship have prevailed. It is not all about winning, but about the achievements of our goals and objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring this remarkable chapter to a close, let us carry the lessons and spirit of the games back to our communities and states. Thank you, safe travels, and may the spirit of the Niger Delta Games be with you and continue to shine brightly in our hearts until we meet next year. God bless the people of Niger Delta. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies.
Thank you very much for being here with us. You just heard from the chairman, the co-chairman of the main organizing committee of the Niger Delta Games, Alalibo Boma Iyayi there, thanking people with his, the remarks for today. He must be one of the most excited in terms of the organization of the games. But not sure about his team Rivers, who obviously are not in the first half of the table. But it's all about Niger Delta, and whatever we can produce from here, obviously, is going to be a collective win for all Niger Deltans. We just saw massive races, the 4x100 meters men's and women's, and the 4x400 meters men's and women's as well, where indeed it was a mix. Obviously, Delta States claiming honors, Akwa Ibom as well. You know, Delta looked like they took two of those medals there. Akwa Ibom and Delta sharing the other two. So it's the first of its kind, obviously, where we are seeing these events, the races, take place in a final of the closing ceremony of games. Right now, it's one of the feature presentations for the closing ceremony, that is. We're being graced by lots of dignitaries here representing the presidency, the National Sports Commission, of course the Edo State government, and lots more as well. So it is a closing ceremony that has all it takes to be talked about the world over. The Niger Delta is the center of Nigeria. It is the engine of Nigeria, if you permit me to put it that way. So let's go straight and enjoy this performance right here on stage, and we'll be right back to lead you into what else is happening tonight at the closing ceremony of Edo 2026.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fusion of the Chinese culture with the culture here in the Niger Delta region of Nigeria. These ones are performing to identify with the exploits of the Niger Delta Games.
You will recall that the Niger Delta Games are designed to fuse culture and sports to hasten the developmental process of this region. And these ones all the way from China have come to identify with us. We celebrate our guests, we celebrate our visitors. We celebrate this energetic performance that we are witnessing here at the Samuel Okonodia Stadium here in Benin City.
Thank you. The second.
There you see a demonstration. It looks more like some Shaolin demonstration. But when we talk about sports like this, we should be talking about fencing. That's a sport that is recognized in the Olympics and in the sporting world as well. I'm not sure when Nigeria will get into the fencing game, but we certainly are gradually, getting into some other sports that are not too common in, of course, the country. By the way, Nigeria's probably most featured cyclist recently announces her retirement from the cycling sports. That's a topic for another day, but with 16 sports right here, I think that Dunamis Icon obviously have themselves a lot to contend with. And speaking with Tiaki Ikoko the other time, it was that things will get better. Well, going back to the stage now to see what's going on as we continue with the program.
Very energetic performance by all of these performers entertaining us here tonight at Samuel Ogbomodia Stadium, the closing ceremony of the second Niger Delta Games, organized proudly so by Dunamis Icon Limited and sponsored passionately by the Niger Delta Development Commission, whom we really cannot thank enough.
As culture meets sports and sports meets culture, it's a fusion indeed. Display of talent, and all proudly Niger Delta.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once we are done with these, we still have the Emma dance. That is from the Delta extraction, the Robo dance.
We welcome now Emma dancers.
Your Excellencies, you will see that the team leader, his size is what he uses to do his business. If he goes lean, he will be out of business. Make una look the man belly, now the belly be the walk. Where the body?
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
Bauer for more on this development. Mr. Bauer, thanks for joining us on the news at 7. Your party has described the new Electoral Act as ill-timed and dangerous. Walk us through the exact provisions you're referring to in the amendment that you believe undermine transparency.
Well, thank you very much, Nifeni, and good evening, viewers. We had complained, like majority of Nigerians complained in the course of the public hearings regarding, first of all, Section 60, where the provisions for electronic transmission of results were rejected by the National Assembly. We are aware that that provision was there with a proviso that in the case where electronic transfer fails, that there could be resort to manual transmission. I mean, transfer, not transmission. And that has been tested in court in the case of Atiku, the presidential election. And the Supreme Court clearly stated that the reason why a case could not be made for that was that mandating the Electoral Commission to transmit results electronically. They say it was a mere guideline by the Independent National Electoral Commission, and that would not bind the courts. So in the efforts to cure this, ill in the law, the bill proposed that there should be clear provision for electronic transmission of the results. And to our knowledge, the House of Representatives did pass that. The Senate also similarly at the committee level accepted that, only to turn around and the Senate turned around to insist on manual transfer, giving that, discretion to the electoral umpire. Now we say that was that's enabling corruption in the process of the election.
Well, Mr. Bauer, the act as we have it now actually gives room for electronic transmission. It's only saying that in cases where technology fails, that INEC can revert to the form EC8A, right? Yes. What's wrong with that?
We said that was not acceptable because it was being misused. That proviso was being misused. We have been told by the outgone, chairman of the INEC, Professor Mahmoud, that 95% of polling units in Nigeria can transmit results electronically. So, and that BVAS in any case does not use any network. It is offline and can send results as soon as is within, network area. So, and the Supreme Court had made that point very clear. The idea of amending laws is when you have defects that have been established, and no other body can establish a defect more clearly than the Supreme Court. And the proposal to remove the proviso for manual transfer was to cure, the defect that had been ascertained by the Supreme Court. So, putting it back there is simply saying we don't intend to remove that element.
So it sounds like what the ADC wants is for this proviso to be removed, Mr. Egbawa. Now that it is law, I'm wondering the options before the ADC as we speak. What alternatives are you exploring?